Hello everyone, my name is John Michael Bushman and welcome back to Master Duel. Finally, after about, I guess, a month or so, me taking basically a short hiatus from this game, although I have been playing in the background, and a new pack came out that included this bastard right here, Zeus's rival Typhon. And this guy has been tearing it up in the paper game ever since release, and it's pretty easy to see why, because of his second sentence. While he is on the field, neither player can activate the effects of monsters with 3,000 or more attack. So this guy is practically, this if Baguska was Plan B, this guy is Plan T because Typhon and whatnot. Um, I mean, ridiculous naming aside, people just prefer to call him Typhon, just to keep consistent that because Zeus is named after a Greek god, because Zeus is a Greek god as well. So here we have Typhon. These two, at least in the that Konami animation showcase where they had Typhon and Zeus fighting against each other. At the very least, we'll see these two guys duke it out somewhere in space, somewhere down the line. But for now, we're here in the Xyz Cup, which I didn't even know was going to happen, but here we are. And I will be playing one of the decks that finally got their second wave of support after so goddamn long. But as a consequence, on July the 11th, which has already transpired by the time you're seeing this video, Purrely, of all things, got hit for some weird reason. So Konami still not beating the allegations that the ban list is purely there to push product and not exactly to balance the game. Because they're hitting two decks that I'm honestly still having fun playing, although Purrely probably less so than Rescue Ace. But here we are with Purrely in the Xyz Cup. Purrely in particular is, well, their shelf life is not for long in this world anymore. Because a lot of decks, at least at the current moment, the time I'm recording this video, and for however long I've been playing, the past couple of months, decks need to have a plan B, and Purrely, unfortunately, as powerful as they are, they don't necessarily have a plan B. They do have plenty of ways to get plan A working, but it's unfortunately not enough in this day and age. Even with the new support, and finally we got the smaller version of Noir, it's just not enough. And then the other trap, it's just borderline useless. I don't really need it. Pearl Yeep will get you further than the other trap ever will, so I just leaned far harder into the Ghost Second shenanigans that this deck can do, and of course, suffering for the fact that we only have 4 of the Pearlies now, rather than 5. Hell, we could have had 6, but it'll probably be a while before these two are taken off the ban list, although for flavor purposes, it does make sense that there's 2 because there's literally just 2 of them. This entire deck is mostly like spell cards and trap cards, and then a bunch of other generic tech options just so to break boards or stop your opponent from playing the game. But otherwise, those are the only updates in this deck. The smaller Noir, which gets the Pearl Yeep that you didn't already have in hand. And believe me, I draw this card way more often than I think I should. But Smaller Noir also acts as a bounce for 2 cards. Well, up to 2 cards if you wish. For discarding 1 measly card from your hand, and a lot of your stuff prefers to be in the graveyard anyway. So this update, unfortunately, was too little too late. By the time Purrely Noir came out, like months ago at this point, probably just a month or 2 ago, the meta has already been taken over by Snake Eye Fire King. The Purrely stands barely any chance at that point, and hell, even in the gold ranks of the competitive ladder, the Purrely has been struggling a lot. And this Xyz Cup will either highlight basically that Purrely is no longer, well, maybe just barely competitively viable, but that's just me being optimistic, or it's finally time for them to, just head to the animal shelter and be adopted by someone else, unfortunately. But we're here in the Xyz Cup. This will definitely be the last hurrah of this deck. until the Xyz Cup is over. So, without any further ado, let's hop into these duels with Purrely one last time. Okay, so I was horribly wrong. I thought the Xyz Cup was already ongoing, but apparently no, it will be on the 17th, which is 2 days away from the time that I'm recording this video, and will probably already be happening by the time this video comes up. So, opponent here is playing Cosmos of all things. In this day and age, Cosmos, who would have thunk? But I'm not too worried because I believe, yeah, Farm Girl is pseudo quick effect anyway, so I should deal with it pretty goddamn easily by either using evenly matched or, you know, the moment they try to summon Farm Girl out, I'm going to use Ash Blossom on that thing. So we're not going to use evenly matched, I don't think, but this could be a very big mistake, but we're gonna find out right freaking now. I've played Cosmo a bit here on Master Duel. It was one of those ideas that I ultimately scrapped because they are just not a good deck at all. They've been horribly power crept, you know, beyond the initial time frame that they were originally around. They're just not as powerful as they used to be. But, you know, there are still fans, and people are still trying to make it work even after all these years. But let's see how it fares against a deck that was released very likely around a decade or so ahead of its time. So we're gonna find out now if this will be enough to scare the bejesus out of him. You know, once my laptop begins to catch up here. Okay. So what do you think about this, Farm Girl? Okay, still not reacting at all. Let's see if they react to this. All right. So obviously we get happy, and delicious. So that we have a guaranteed way to get 2 delicious because it's still limited to 1, and that is not going to do it. Okay then. We try again. Actually, I'm not going to discard the Ash Blossoms here. I will summon out another. I will summon out another Purrely. Definitely the Purrely himself, because Lyly already did her job, and she will be doing more once Happy Memory gets into the graveyard. Alright, and we successfully baited them. Good. That is an Ash Blossom that I will not have to worry about in the future. And they are down to 2 cards in hand at the very least. So, we're gonna do this. We're going to use Lily's once per turn ability once my laptop catches up here. Okay, there we go. And we will Xyz summon with Happy Memory here. There we go. Okay. And now that will get Farm Girl to react. Unfortunately, oh, I cannot. Alright, I cannot Ash Blossom that. I thought I could. But yeah, here he is, Dark Destroyer. Alright, this will be a bitch. Oh boy. This is gonna be a bitch to deal with. We sadly don't have much left, but we're gonna find out. Okay. Yeah, target one of those monsters. Can I react to that? No, I cannot, because Dark Destroyer is going to chain block. Alright, cool. So this will be destroyed, but opponent, you just gave me a chance to basically redo my whole thing again. Opponent, did you not realize that? But here we are, I guess. So these happen. And now, because, well, I mean, because we already used Lyly, but I really should have put this down because Dark Destroyer targets, so he's already done his job at that point. So we're going to use once it loads up. Oh dear God. Let's see once it catches up here. There we go. Alright, Sleepy Memory does its thing. Yes, we will discard. We'll discard Infinite Impermanence at this point. And we'll get Purrely himself. There we go. Alright. Let's activate Purrely, and let's see what we get off the top. Another happy memory, pretty memory, and that one too. All right, pretty memory is very, very Gucci. I believe Dark Destroyer cannot be targeted, if I remember correctly. Yes, it cannot be targeted, but that doesn't mean that I can't do anything else with it. So we're going to show him that, and then we'll summon the other happiness out of our deck. And there we go. And then once that is under his care, we're going to do this. We're going to get Pretty Memory, and we will trigger Happiness. And I believe at this point I should just discard one of the other Ash Blossoms so that we can keep digging. And then find our way around whatever bullshit my opponent is trying to do here. So we will discard the Royal Rare Ash Blossom to assert dominance. And let's see what happens from here. There we go. So Lily does her thing again, or rather it's Purrely himself, and we got, oh, we actually got something. Oh, we got the field spell. All right. The field spell is going to be added to our hand once it loads up. Takes a bit, and there we go. And we will return these two to the bottom of the deck, and unfortunately we will have to commit Sudoku in order to do our thing here. We don't take damage, at least because of Sleepy Memory, but at the very least we will be able to do this and get another thing. So we're going to add, finally, Delicious Memory. Then Purrely Street will do its thing, and then I guess we summon the very Purrely that was sent to the graveyard, and then we keep digging here. Alright, and then we do that, and then so 1 and a 2. Alright, we got another field spell. So we have all 3 field spells into rotation, but I don't think it matters. So we're still in combat, and then we're going to go into main phase 2. Then, do we just go with Typhon? No, we cannot. Alright, boo. So we're gonna try. He was special summoned. The only thing that can target him is literally Ash Blossom. So we do this, and then we do this, and then plump. There we go. Good God, Sleepy Memory actually helped me out there by basically not giving me damage. So that's a +1.5. But I can't exactly deal with something that can't be targeted, and a lot of my stuff needs to target, unfortunately. All of my removal actually needs to target. So, we're gonna do this once we get around to it. There we go, we'll absorb these two. And then, once we absorb those two, we're going to be sitting just a little bit pretty, just a little. Because we can't exactly absorb this guy, and that's unfortunate. So we will literally just sit with a Purrely Plump here, who has 3300 attack, by the way. So, or rather 3300 defense, and it's not much, but it will be something for the future. And then we'll activate the field spell, and then we will equip one of the other Sleepy Memories onto Plump. And if we had the trap card, we would definitely be a lot more Gucci here, because at the on my opponent's standby phase, we could transform Plump into Big Noir once it gets around to that point. But unfortunately, we weren't exactly that lucky, and I gave my opponent a lot of cards in order to make this happen. But it's something that hopefully my opponent will have difficulty going against, but we're gonna see. Plump is going to get significantly fatter here with all of the defense points that it'll have. My opponent will definitely have a hard time going through it, but he just normal summons anything, and he can do something about the state of the board. But that will trigger the continuous spell and the field spell if that does indeed happen. Okay, so he's doing that again. So let's see what else my opponent is going to be up to. He even has a Horus engine in it. Okay, then. That is in a lot of rogue level strategies, so it seems. I have been facing off a lot of these like weirder off meta decks, but this isn't once per turn, so it's actually not worth using Ash Blossom on the sarcophagus. So, or at least that ability in particular is not once per turn. Yeah, sending a oh, it's not exactly once per turn, but you can use it 4 times a turn. So you can basically throw all of the Horus followers into the graveyard as you see fit. We don't exactly have any defensive tools here except Ash Blossom. But if he just uses Draglubion here somehow, or he uses the Vampire, which is honestly more likely. No, he just gets Photon Lord. I don't know why. It's a monster negate, sure, but I'm not quite sure what else he's going to do. But this is his second activation, so let's see him turbo out all of his rank 8s, or at least his level 8s. Discarding the tin can, sure. Sending Happy to the graveyard. Okay, then getting Pizza Hut into rotation. I don't know why, but we're gonna find out soon enough. Once my laptop loads. There we go. I'm gonna just have a drink of water while my opponent does his thing. Okay. Pizza Hut is unfortunately... do I allow him to do that? I don't think I will. There we go. He chain blocked the continuous spell, the other continuous spell already, the yeah, branded regained already, so I don't think doing that will yield too much. But Pizza Hut should definitely be more stopped compared to whatever bullshit my opponent could potentially be up to here. Okay, yep, getting Kebesenuef. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Egyptian names can be very, very confusing at times. Okay, finally summoning the monkey. Happy. There we go. That doesn't start a chain, which is why Horus Stun is surprisingly popular in the shop I work at. They can just summon 2 of these at a time, and they're pretty sizable as well, so it's not exactly easy to get over any of them. So, here we go. Okay, Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. That is fine. I'm guessing take control, I assume. Detach material, target, sure. Yeah, take control, give it attack, sure. So I'm probably dead. I'm not too confident of my odds going forward. No, he's going to summon type. Oh, he's using that to summon Galaxy Eyes. What the hell? I can't believe you can actually do that. Okay, then. So I'm definitely dead here, and we're just gonna move on to the next duel. Let's see what our opponent has for us here. Won the die roll at the very least, so that's something going for us. We have a Geki, we have an Ash Blossom, but let's see what my Blue Eyes mate wielding opponent has for us here. It could potentially just be a whole lot of nothing. Labyrinth. That is not what we Ash Blossom. What we will Ash Blossom is one of the 2 big welcomes that we will definitely set somewhere on the field. We definitely need something like evenly matched in order to, well, make this an even match. But if not, then we will be at the pinnacle of human suffering. Because Labyrinth is literally the only deck, at the very least, the only meta deck that somehow thrives in a Fire King environment somehow. At least on Master Duel. I'm not so sure of its competitive viability in paper, but it is, you know, I mean, it's the waifu archetype that has big silver lady in it, and her alternative form is her kicking your ass in a knight inspired armor. So, and she's still wearing a dress, by the way, and she is rocking it so well. Sure. I don't know why you would do that, but okay, opponent. That is completely fine in my book. Don't know what your last card in hand is, though, so we're gonna find out soon enough. So sending a feed to the graveyard. I'm not quite sure what you're going to send, but we will see. Okay, sending the grandfather clock. So that is definitely something to set up for later. And I just gekied into nothing. Lightning bolt! There we go. Imagine my opponent. Okay, sure, add the card to hand. That is completely fine. And there we go. And now we will get Purrely. Well, Lyly first, because we need more than what we have in hand here. We literally don't have any starters, like, at all. Okay, sure. Chandraglia, discarding Phantasme. Why do you have Phantasme in your deck? Or, as some people have actually called this thing, Thanos Dragon, because his color scheme and his armor design is surprisingly similar to Thanos. At least one of his iterations is. Can they activate it this turn? I need to read Chandraglia again. I think he can, once my laptop allows me to do so. I believe he can. No, he can only set it. Okay, good, good, good. I think we still stand a chance. But unfortunately, we will have to go through the happy line in order to make this work. Ah, there's our boy. Yeah. So this is the one that will make him activate the card that he just set here. So, this will not be pretty, but it will at least be something. Although, now that I'm thinking about it, this card right here, the one at the rightmost column, the one where Lyly is at, it could potentially be infinite impermanence, and so that's why I set the my friend Purrely in this column right here, just in case. But because my opponent isn't exactly reacting at the moment, I don't know why. We're gonna do this, okay? We have 3, and we got Delicious Memory in spite of everything. That is so cool. Okay then. Because of that, I will make Lyly be indestructible from combat this turn. And then we will discard Pearl Yeep, because that is the only thing we can do here. Then Purrely himself, go, 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 go. He does his thing. Opponent is still not active. Oh wait, because they need a fiend on board. I forgot that that's one of the requirements. Oh my god. So they will actually not be able to do anything here. Now that I'm looking at everything right now. Okay. We'll actually not be able to do too much here, unfortunately. We'll just peck in for a tiny bit of damage, but that is ultimately it. We're not going to be able to do too much here. Unless, of course, they... Oh, that's what you were after. Right, 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 right. Okay, so it wasn't infinite impermanence, but it was something that was equally horrifying. It was a trap card that I never thought would become competitively viable. Destructive Daruma Cannon. Oh my god. So we'll get Purrely Yeep underneath Plump. And there we go. And this will hopefully get us somewhere. And by trapping the Big Welcome underneath Plump, that means they're not going to be able to do anything here. It doesn't exactly say that we can't turn them face up. Turn them back face up next turn, so we're actually sort of safe here. And if they attack Plump at any time, and then if I do indeed have priority, it's not going to be pretty for them at all. Okay, so they bought themselves a turn. They literally need a fiend or they're gonna bust. And by bust, I mean not the good kind of bust. They're gonna lose here. Okay, so they're doing the OG welcome labyrinth now. Let's see if they do anything with it. I mean, obviously they will do something with it. Okay, getting the lovely lady herself. Okay, does she do a thing? Okay, target a normal trap. So I'm assuming getting ghastly trick or something, ghastly glitch. There we go. All right. This should... Okay, yep. It's still bigger than you, milady. End of battle step. I think it's just better to. He even has a resonator engine in it. Like, holy shit. So we do this, and then we'll absorb these two because we can. And I don't think you can activate that one just yet. So we're gonna do this now during the combat phase while we can. And then we're just going to make this guy as thick as humanly possible. There we go. So Pearl Yeep, and we'll target Plump. There we go. We'll get Big Noir. Put her on the rightmost side because we can. There we go. And then Noir. Do we do it now or do we do it later? Ghastly Glitch will definitely mess us up somewhat, but yeah, my opponent's all riding on the wall because we can actually just use Noir there to basically clean out this whole board, and then we'll recover somehow along the turns. And at that point, I would have outground my control opponent. So yeah, that was a lot tighter than I would have liked, but we won in the end. And look at our boy Purrely here, just clapping away, enjoying his victory. I'm gonna miss this guy once we retire this deck, but we move on, and the metagame evolves as we go. So we'll see you at the next duel. Okay, so this is scary. My opponent made me go first, and he is rocking the full Blue Eyes White Dragon Regalia. So pretty much rolling out the red carpets for us to just set everything up and hope to the gods that whatever he has in hand will kill us. He is just slightly over 40 cards, so 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. He is one over, but we're gonna see if that'll be enough. So because my opponent made me go first, we're gonna go with the Sleepy Memory line. So that we can draw cards and hopefully do something with it. That is not helpful to us at this card juncture, unfortunately. We're gonna try again by using Purrely himself. Okay, that did not garner a response from my opponent, but we got Sleepy Memory anyway. Okay, that is very cool, opponent. Or rather, that's very cool deck. Very, very cool. Card was added to hand. No, we're not gonna do that yet. For now, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get Plump. There we go. We're gonna get him into rotation, and now he will be immune to targeting for the turn because we put Street underneath there. There we go. Then we're gonna get Sleepy Memory, and then we're gonna activate Plump, which he in turn will absorb the Sleepy Memory. There we go. Banish a card? No, I do not want to do that. Thank you very much. So let's once my laptop recovers, we're gonna keep moving along here. We will summon another Purrely, and we're gonna discard Pearl Yeep for it. So there we go. I guess we should. Yeah, we really should, because we're not gonna be moving too much otherwise. So we do that, and then we're not gonna do that one yet, and another Sleepy Memory. There we go. Both of them, in fact. Jesus Christ, we didn't even need to use my friend Purrely there. So we get those away, and then we're gonna make Plump absorb this because we can. There we go. And then we're going to set up the Nightingale, just in case. And banish a card? No. Then Sleepy Memory does its thing, and Mudora, the one I'm fun of that I added in the deck for shits and giggles, actually has gotten me out of a lot of situations over time. Because Mudora works on both graveyards, not just the opponent's. So there is that. So Medora does his thing. Just being eternally targetable, or rather being eternally activatable. Then we're gonna get another Pearl Yeep. Yeah, we'll get another one. It's recovery for later, but we're not gonna do too much with it just yet. But we will get a fully formed Noir out, because there isn't exactly much that we can do at this point. I could have used Pearl Leap in order to draw more cards and basically refresh my entire hand, but I'm not going to do that. Because once Pearl Yeep ends, it's going to basically make everything fall off. So we don't want that to happen. We'll just be happy that the whatever 2 cards we draw will be more than enough to stop whatever it is my opponent is going to try to do here. And we just pass, and there we go. So we'll activate Street, and we will be happy drawing our 3 cards. There we go. Hopefully this will be enough to deter my opponent from doing too many things. We do have 3, I believe. Yeah, because it expends like 2 at a time. So, and there we go. We will draw our 3 cards and hopefully be happy with it. Opponent, please don't use Ash Blossom here because Noir is unaffected by everything. It's basically a Towers. There we go. Okay, that's a first card. Would have been useful if we had drawn that like far earlier, but it is what it is. And there we go. All right, we draw our 3. We got Lily again, and then we got Imperm, and then let's see what our third card is. Pretty Memory. All right, so we only have Noir as our line of defense, but it's usually more than enough. So let's see what our Blue Eyes opponent is up to, or any Blue Eyes player that I encounter on Master Duel, I just call them Duel Links players because that's usually what they are. Just porting over from Duel Links onto Master Duel. That is actually fine. That is fine. They've already done their jobs. I don't need them to do too much at this point. You just have to get over a cat that isn't exactly bothered by too many things. Sure. Nightingale, you're gonna detach Purrely himself. There we go. Because he is far better to summon off of the quick play spells anyway, so that is completely fine. So we got Feather Duster. Sure. I mean, ooh, I'm scared. I guess we should use Mudora here and recycle all of our shit. Because we can. There we go. So that's 3 targets, and Mudora, you've done your job. You can go rest now with the rest of your retrains because you guys ruined the format for a couple of months. And there we go. So Nightingale, you've done her thing. She's done her thing. She's now indestructible for the turn. And now he has 2 walls to try and get over. Okay, Herald of the Abyss. Sure. You will declare a monster type. Sure. What will you declare? Oh, that means Noir will be gone here. That is fine-ish. Sure. I will send it. That is sad. I'll lose Noir, but I do have a backup. I do have a Lily. I believe we don't have anything else here, so yeah, sure. I will sadly have to send Noir to the graveyard because that is mandated by the spooky, scary skeleton man that we see here. Okay. Now, what are you going to do upon it? Now you just have to deal with Literalist Nightingale, who literally cannot die for the turn. Okay, sure. I guess we should just activate Pearl Yeep here, and then just return all of the monsters back into their respective places before they can activate any of their Called by the Graves. Oh, speaking of, they do have a Called by the Graves style card in their hand. But what are you removing in particular? I guess we will find out soon enough. I'm assuming it will be one of the bigger ones. Okay, yeah. Jokes on you, opponent. I have 2 of those. That it's precisely for situations like this where any of my monsters get banished. I always pack 2. Especially the really important ones. It's always more than 1. Okay. My opponent is suddenly showing me his Sky Striker stuff, so he's not a Duel Links player. Although he's probably still a Duel Links player because of I believe Sky Strikers are legal in that game now. I have not played Duel Links in probably close to a year now at this point, so we'll see what else is gonna happen. Okay, now my opponent has free reign to attack. I don't know why. Or he's just going to use this opportunity to declare an attack and basically permanently steal my Nightingale in order to make Zeus, because his hand literally sucks otherwise, which is honestly also a possibility, because I believe that's what he's doing right now. Literally just that, a 2-mat Zeus. Really, opponent? You literally cannot do anything else. All right, fine. Okay, you have a card that you're going to set face down. Sure. Joke's on you, opponent. I am also a going second deck, and you just made me go first. And that's the difference that we have here. All right. We will use Infinite Impermanence now. We will eliminate the biggest threat here, and let's see if my opponent takes the bite. I'm assuming he doesn't, because that face down could ruin my day, of course. Always a possibility. No, of course he doesn't. Alright, but that does give us free reign to consume him using whatever material that we have. So let's see. Lyly, sure, that is completely fine in my book, because that's not what I was after. Once my laptop loads up, come on, there we go, come on, you can do it, come on, you old war machine, there we go. Alright, assuming this isn't Ash Blossom, we're gonna see, but if it passes back to my opponent, they definitely have interaction. No, they do not. Alright, cool. We will discard the other Purrely, and then we'll summon. Oh dear God, we don't have. All right, because Lyly is the one underneath the Zeus there. All right, so we just have to get lucky here. That is unfortunate. Okay, so that one was negated, sure, and then hopefully we get lucky with this one, because if not, we will be sitting ducks. We got lucky. We got lucky. Even luckier, even. I guess we get this more than the other one, unfortunately. I mean, we can just use it again to tutor the other ones. So, there we go. And then, my opponent likely has nothing at this point. So, we do this, and then we will get 3 happy. Literally 3 happy, or we can get 1 happy and 2 of the pretty memory. Do we have anything that we can throw away? Yes, we do have stuff that we can indeed throw away. Let's see here. 1 happy will hopefully be enough, and okay, that is pretty goddamn decent. All right, so we do this, and I believe my opponent's will to live is going to slowly disappear now. And then we will put her in face-up attack position, because I do not respect my opponent in the slightest. There we go. And do you have anything for that, opponent? I believe you don't. There we go. Then we put Infinite Permanence face down, because same thing. I do not respect my opponent. We get that. And then we will absorb this. There we go. You can't activate it anyway. Well, you can, but nothing will happen. And that's the unfortunate part. We'll do that later once we quote-unquote rescue Lyly here. We'll just move into combat once the commands finally tick into place. There we go. Right, then once Lyly is in the graveyard, we're going to activate the trap card and cycle all of these smaller guys back in. I believe that it's just it's just the 2 Lilies, and we only have 2 of them, so we might as well. There we go. And then we have a negate, and we could summon our own Zeus, but I'm not going to do that. I will literally scare the bejesus out of my opponent by literally leaving a negate on board, and they have only 2 cards in hand with which to fight against a negate. So let's see if my opponent does indeed wish to fight this one out. I believe they still stand sort of a chance, especially when you have stuff like that. But there's a reason why I didn't make Zeus, because if Beauty here is destroyed, she will my friend Purrely will recoup all of my losses here. Of course, if he's smarter, which he has shown that he can fight go second battles really, really well. The smarter move would definitely be to remove my friend Purrely more than Beauty here. Right, yep, he is going for the smarter play by removing the back row, thus giving him more breathing room than he should have. So, this is an extremely simplified board state right now, but my opponent doesn't exactly have too much to live through. So we're just going to attack, and then now is a good a time to ask myself, do I go into Zeus? And honestly, yes, because my opponent doesn't exactly have a lot, and I don't know if they can still stop this at this point. But if he does draw another piece of removal for the Zeus, we will both be staring at each other until somebody draws a card that will break this stalemate. So, I will just come back when something else interesting happens here, guys. We're both very low on resources, and I have a Zeus, he doesn't. So this will be done in 2 swings, if at all. But otherwise, yeah, I'll just see you guys at the next interesting point. Okay, so my opponent used Ultimate Slayer, and he's using Rage with Eyes of Blue, which will cause him to summon all 3 of his Blue Eyes White Dragons from his deck, and I believe I'm just dead here. I'm not quite sure what Rage with Eyes of Blue does. I believe, yeah, banishes many cards, special summon 3 Blue Eyes, and that just draws us 1 card. But yeah, this is the battle phase, and he somehow managed to win. Like, holy shit, good on you, opponent. Kudos to you. Probably not a Duel Links player, but a win is a win, and you definitely deserve that one. Finishing me off with the Blue Eyes White Dragon that has a freaking honestly awesome special animation. So, honestly, definitely a well-deserved win there, especially from a game where both players had very, very low resources. So, let's move on to the next one. My opponent made me go second, so that will be a breath of fresh air for me. We have a lot of stuff that will make us, or rather, that'll make it possible for us to punch through all of my opponent's interaction. But if they're gonna start with that, and okay, this is going to be Fusion Summoning Bonanza. I'm not sure if they have tier limits in here alongside them, but bestials and tier limits and branded, like, all of them work really, really well together anyway, so I will not be surprised if all 3 are mixed in this unholy deck somehow. So I will just see you guys at whatever end board my opponent has for us here. So jump cut to my opponent's end board. Okay, we're back, and I was thoroughly surprised. I wasn't exactly expecting Centurion to be mixed in, to have a branded bestial engine in it, but I did manage to make them to basically stop them from making the board that they wanted to make. I didn't negate Primera at first because, okay, they were gonna search something, and sure enough, they went for Trudea, and I'm assuming they would synchro summon these 2 to make the giant robot, you know, Gurren Lagann reference and all that. They are letting this one through, which is surprising. This cannot be destroyed, really, while you control Centurion. Okay, fine. That is fine, actually. We will do this instead. Pretty Memory, do you have something for this opponent? I'm assuming you will use your Baron Negate here, unless, of course, you're smart and you're realizing, or rather, you're having a vibe that I may have more than 1 quick play spell in my hand. Let's see. No, okay, he took the bait. Hook, line, and sucker. Sure, that is actually fine in my book, because you're negating that. We're going to punch past you then. I don't think he has anything that will be triggering off of the graveyard anyway. So let's just make I don't know, Trudea, I guess, or Pretty Memory not be destroyed this turn. Quote unquote. Called by the Grave isn't exactly going to help us here, but we will get Lily here, and there we go. Alright, and then once Lily is in rotation, we will do our thing here. So that's that, and then we will get my friend Purrely. There we go. And I believe we will just run away with the game at this point. Although I would love to get Trudea out of rotation here, because it's not going to be pretty if they're on the field any longer than they should. This time we're going to go with the less traditional route of getting Purrely himself using the continuous spell, which I believe we have. Well, I was gonna say we have high chances to get him, but okay then. Okay then, deck. If we're not gonna get him, then I guess we're gonna do it like this. Cannot be destroyed by battle. I actually want it to be through Dea because we will absorb Baron de Fleur. Because we will try for the happiness OTK if it's still even possible. We're gonna see. Let's discard this. There we go. And then we will summon Purrely himself. There we go. And then we'll activate Purrely. There we go. What will we draw off the top? We will actually get the pretty memory here. There we go. Then we'll put those two back. And then we will activate Lyly. We will combine him with the, or rather her, with Delicious Memory. Then we'll do this. There we go. Boom. There we go. Plump. And now you will do your thing, Plump, by absorbing the soul of your ancestors. So you will do this. There we go. And then we will do this just to chain block. I don't think my opponent has any negation at this point. So we're just gonna proceed with Plump doing his thing. There we go. And then Plump, and there we go. Banish a card? No, actually, we're not gonna do that. There we go. Plump. There we go. Consume those two. And then we will activate this. We will send Purrely to the graveyard. We will absorb Baron de Fleur. Oh wait, no, we can't kill him because we use Pretty Memory to make them gain 1,000. Yeah, we're not going to be able to do an OTK here, unfortunately. We're just going to end on Noir, and my opponent will still be equally sad. Because I can't destroy this, but I can't absorb it. Oh my god. There we go. Alright, we'll just get Noir into play here. And then we'll just attack. There we go. This is 2,500. It's not much. It's not a lot. It's not exactly a lot, but it's still gonna sting like a bitch. Right, because I made her to not be destroyed by combat this turn, so there's that. And then we're just gonna pass back to our opponent here, and let's see if they can weasel their way out of this one. I don't think we have any of the quick plays that make us draw cards, so we're just going to wholly rely on Noir getting us to the finish line, which I'm confident she can do. Like, literally all by herself. Place this card you control and one Centurion from your hand or deck in your special. You cannot special summon through there. That is fine. We will literally just clean them both up once they try to summon themselves. And although they did draw a card. Oh, Wake Up Centurion. Okay, if a monster card, declare a level, special summon a token. Oh no, that is very bad. But we're not gonna make them do that. We're just gonna send them both back to the bottom of the deck because we can. And can we do another one? Can we do another one? Yes. Yeah, you can special summon her all you want. That is completely fine by me. I didn't actually know that was a quick effect. So there we go. And then activate Noir. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Activate Noir again. This time we will send this and I guess the field spell, because if we detach Lily herself, we're not going to be able to do this at quick effect speed. So we're just gonna do it like this. There we go. So we activate it twice, and we will send both girls to the bottom of the deck where they can no longer be of any problem to us. There we go. Sure. And go to... Oh, she is unaffected. That is actually cool. Unless she is affected? Question mark? I'm not quite sure why she is unaffected there. During your main phase... Oh, wait, no. Is it because of Trudea? Is it because of Trudea that she is unaffected? I don't know why she wasn't sent to the bottom of the deck. I don't know. I honestly do not know why she wasn't sent to the bottom of the deck. I don't know what was protecting her. Baron de Fleur, Pump, while it's a continuous trap, Wake Up Centurion. I don't know why she wasn't sent to the bottom of the deck, but we're gonna try again, goddammit. Because we can. We're gonna detach these two. We're gonna try again, I guess. Sure. We're gonna try again. If this still doesn't work, I don't know what's happening to the game. I don't know what's happening with the game at this point. Okay, there we go. Now it works. I don't know why it didn't work the first time around, but here we are. They're going to search someone. Okay, getting the field spell, sure. That's something we will bottom in the deck again, if we can. There we go. Okay, send a Centurion from deck to graveyard, sure. That is fine. I'm assuming this is just bait so that I won't touch their field spell. Oh, sending the trap card. Target face-up monster to field, banish it, sure. Special summon that monster that was banished. Yeah, this is definitely bait because they're trying to get rid of my Noir, and then making their field spell untouchable. So let's see if the bait works. Okay, yep, using Druid Worm. I'm assuming, yeah, okay, banishing that. That is fine. I still have, I believe, another copy in the deck somewhere. That is fine by me. If he just goes into combat here, he will be pushing the issue if that does indeed happen. Let's see. I'm assuming that is indeed what will happen here. We are both working with very, very low amounts of resources. So let's see what they do here. I mean, yeah, going into combat is definitely the smarter move because that will force me to use Noir's ability to save herself. And then they will be able to go through the rest of their turn unmolested. Okay, yep, getting Lubellion into rotation here. Sure, send it to the graveyard. All right, yep, forcing the issue some other way. So that is fine by me. We'll just send him back. Or we can just send a token because they could, I mean, either way, we're screwed. So we're just going to wait until the sweet release of death takes us over. And let's see what else my opponent has for us here. But let's see. Yep. Yeah, using stand-up Centurion. I'm going to keep this all in because I have not seen Centurions like at all. So let's see what else I do. Okay, yep, swinging in with their 0-0, swinging in with their 0-0 just to assert complete and total dominance over me. That is completely fine. Evenly matched is not going to do a lot, so we'll just make a jump cut to the next interesting point. Boom. Okay, we're back, and just to go over what happened over my turn, my opponents managed to find a monster that can attack, and it can easily special summon itself, so okay, that's well and dandy. 2k attack, so 4 turns I would have been dead, but I drew Lily off the top, and I had plenty of stuff in my graveyard to convert her into a big Xyz monster that will basically just take over the game from there. And my opponent barely had any resources left, and I was going to get Delicious Memory, and then I searched my friend Purrely just so that I can reload somewhat. But yeah, once I was going, well, quote unquote popping off, my opponent saw the writing on the wall and promptly surrendered. But we're actually going to cut it here. I'm going to keep this video relatively short, and of course to end on a slightly good note. I'm not quite sure if I will even record the Xyz Cup, because I'm pretty sure I will just be seeing Typhon like all over the place. A lot of Xyz based decks are going to use Typhon. I will definitely see Utopia in that event. I will definitely see what else? The jellyfish in that format. I'm not quite sure what other Xyz archetypes I'm missing. Not a lot of them have been coming out lately because a lot of them are focusing more on links and fusions and even synchros lately. So having an Xyz Cup here just to celebrate the release of Typhon seems a little weird, but Konami being Konami, so who knows what was going through their heads. But like I said, we're gonna cut it here and end it, and I will retire. Unfortunately, I will retire Purrely once the Xyz Cup is over. So if you guys like what you saw and want to see me play even more Yu-Gi-Oh from post retirement of the Purrelys, and spoiler alert, I will be building Tenpai Dragon once it is out here on Master Duel. That will be my new going second deck of choice once it does indeed come out. But if you guys like what you saw and you want to see more, hit like, comment, subscribe, and share this among your friends. And until next time, toodles.